Gun dealers don't want you to hear this part, because behind the glass, every pistol looks like a winner. Shiny, polished, priced just high enough to make you think you're buying quality. But here's the dirty secret: not every 9mm belongs in your holster. Some are fragile, some are overpriced, and some dealers keep pushing them because they're drowning in stock, not because they actually save your life. This isn't a hype reel. This is the list of 9mm pistols you won't see on ads, the ones hidden behind the counter talk, the ones that prove the industry doesn't always have your back. If you've ever been told this is the one you need, you might need to pay attention, because the truth about what's worth carrying and what's worth leaving behind starts right here. Let me paint the scene. Las Vegas SHOT Show. Boots the size of hangers, and there it was, like someone dropped a lightsaber into the CZ booth. The Shadow 2 Compact isn't just a smaller version, it's a war cry. They took the buttery slide, the clicky trigger, the balance that feels like cheating, and packed it into something you can carry. I had the opportunity to shoot it. Hands steady, knees, not so much. Let my buddy Jim from Fort Worth try it. He fired once and turned to me like I handed him the keys to a Ferrari and said, "I need this right now. Sell me yours or I'm stealing it." Well, too bad, Jim, because CZ went full ghost mode. No big launch, no retail flood, just whispers. And by the time the word spread, it was gone. Pre-orders, vapor. Wait lists, miles long. One guy in Arizona told me he was number 73 on the list and would gladly sell a kidney to move up. And honestly, I get it. This isn't just a compact, it's proof that carry guns can still have soul to them. But hang on, we're not done yet. There's still one more. A pistol you've heard whispers about, but never seen in daylight. No launch, no press kit, just rumors, leaks, and Reddit theories. But the hype? It's real. So real, it might be Glock's boldest move yet. Stick around, because this bonus reveal, it's next-gen territory. And trust me, you're gonna want to see it. You hear Beretta 92, and you picture an old-school N9 clapping at a dusty indoor range with flickering lights. The Squalo? Forget it. This thing looks like it escaped a Fast and Furious shoot in Milan. I snagged mine from a dealer in Corpus Christi who had no idea what he was holding, paid MSRP, and ran out like I just robbed a gas station. First mag dump? My buddy Ryan, ex-Army, deadpan goes, "Dude, that's not a Beretta, that's an Alien." It's got this black DLC finish, a razor-sharp single-action trigger, and slight cuts that scream, "I lift weights in the rain." Every part of it feels like Beretta finally told their engineers, "Do whatever the hell you want," and they did. But here's the kicker, nobody has it. Beretta dropped it like a surprise sneaker collab. No ads, no fanfare, 1 second it was up, and the next, gone, like my savings. Now the resale game is insane. One guy in Dallas was asking $2,400 for a lightly used one. And the worst part, someone bought it. But as badass as the Squalo is, there's one that took over SHOT Show like a cowboy at a city council meeting. All swagger, no apologies. Waco, Texas, mid-August. Sweaty palms, dusty boots, steel targets baking in the sun. I had no business holding something this pretty at an outdoor range with tin can benches, but I did, and it was glorious. The SIG P210 target doesn't just shoot, it serenades. That trigger, it doesn't break, it glides like dragging a hot knife through a wedding cake. First shot, I literally paused and said, "Well, hell, that felt illegal." It's Swiss in origin, because of course it is. Precision, elegance, overbuilt like a damn Rolex. You shoot it and start questioning your taste in everything. Cars, shoes, and friends. Took it to a little private range out of San Antonio. Some old Marine walks up, nods slow, and gives that the 210? Damn, I haven't seen one of those in 20 years. Felt like I was holding Excalibur in a parking lot of lawn chairs. And then, Sig pulled a Houdini. Vanished from US shelves without even a courtesy text. No press release, no drama, just poof, gone. And now they go for $2,500+, and the worst part, I don't want to shoot mine anymore. It sits in the safe like grandma's china. You want to, but you know if you chip it, it'll hurt your soul. But hey, if that felt like a holy relic, wait till you meet the Italian who walked in wearing a leather jacket and drop-kicked the nostalgia crowd. Let me just say this straight. The Canik SFX Rival-S is a bad decision waiting to be justified, and I love it. The first time I laid hands on one was at a range outside Dallas. Range officer had one and said, "Wanna feel like you're cheating without breaking the rules?" I picked it up and instantly knew I was in trouble. Heavy, but in the right way, like a steel-framed Mustang with custom suspension. It didn't shake, it glided. Trigger? Bro, like cracking glass with swagger. I ran a mag and then another. By 100 rounds, I was seriously considering what organs I didn't need. Here's the kicker though. By the time you hear about it, it's gone. I watched it go from in stock to extinct in 36 hours. And now, good luck. Everyone from US PSA champs to nervous first-time dads in Plano wants one. Gun counters whisper ever shot the Rival-S like it's Fight Club. And if you have one, you're in. It's sold out faster than Coors at a rodeo and now lives on everyone's someday list. It's the kind of gun where people stop and say, "Wait, what is that?" And when you say Canik, they pause like, "The Turkish one?" Yep, the Turkish brought the heat and didn't miss. But listen up, if this Canik is precision on steroids for you, the next one's got soul. This is the kind of pistol your granddad would have mounted above the fireplace. And no, I'm not naming it just yet. You'll want to be sitting down for that one. Okay, lean in for this one. Ever heard of the Glock 46? No? Well, exactly. I was deep in a Glock forum one night, the kind with usernames like Slylock Pappy and Ballistic Stat 420, when a German dude posts a blurry pic of a Glock with a rotating barrel. Turns out, it's the Glock 46 built specifically for German police, and Glock being Glock said, "Yeah, no, America's not getting this one." Walk into any gun show, whisper Glock 46, and the hardcore guys just nod, "Ah, the unicorn." No civilian sales, no imports, no parts, not even the shady kind. It's like Glock built it to just mess with us. My buddy Travis in Lubbock, the guy who owns over 200 pistols, including Czech prototypes and Gold Desert Eagles, still hasn't touched one, and he's tried hard. This is Glock's secret menu item. Only German cops get to play with it, while we just watch subtitled reviews and cry. If the 46 is the quiet flex, rare, subtle, and mythic, then what's next? Total opposite. Loud, flashy, built like a Dodge Charger with a red dot glued to the hood. Let me take you back to a muggy Thursday afternoon in San Antonio. I was in this tiny half-lit gun shop run by a guy named Rick. Vietnam vet, ponytail, still calls every pistol a piece. I was just browsing, not really planning to buy, you know how that goes. And there it was in the case. The Walther Q5 Match steel frame. It wasn't love at first sight, it was confusion. I said, "Rick, is this a 1911 wearing a tux?" He grinned like a man who had seen combat and overpriced optics. It's German, shoots like a ballet dancer with a grudge. So I held it, and I swear it felt like a Glock and a Porsche had a baby and taught it precision. It's built solid, like drop it on your foot and sue Walther solid. Slide felt like it was oiled with unicorn sweat. Recoil? Barely a bump. So, what's the problem? Why don't you see more of this in Corpus or Dallas ranges? Because Walther doesn't flood shelves, they trickle them out, like some kind of tactical bourbon drop. You blink and you miss it. Then, you check Gunbroker and see some clown trying to flip it for $2,100 like it's a Rolex. Oh, and MSRP? around $1,700 without optics. So now you're doing the do I buy this or 3 Glocks in a month of gas math? And for most folks, it just ends up as a wish list wall hanger. Beautiful, perfect, unreachable. Like that girl in high school who's now married to a dentist in Austin. I got to shoot the Laugo Alien once, just once, and I still haven't shut up about it. A buddy brought his to the range like he was unveiling Excalibur. Honestly, it felt like he was. That ultra low bore axis, unreal. Muzzle barely moved and the recoil didn't snap, it vanished. Every shot felt like I was cheating physics. The accuracy was surgical. You're not aiming, you're carving. But that was probably the only time I'll ever touch one. You won't see it in stores. No dealer stocks it, no big retailer keeps it around. It drops in whispered batches, and if you're not in the loop, you're just refreshing forums and praying. The price? $5,000. Before tax, before red dot, before holster. Owning one is like showing up to a gunfight with a Rolex on your belt. It's not just a pistol, it's performance art. You uncase it at the range, and everyone stops to stare. Alien tech for people who demand more than perfection and can afford the flex. But if you thought the Alien was sci-fi elite, wait until you feel the Walther Q5 Match steel frame. German precision wrapped in swagger. More than perfection and can afford the flex. But if you thought the Alien was sci-fi elite, wait until you feel the Walther Q5 Match steel frame. German precision wrapped in swagger. I got my hands on the Jericho Enhanced out at a buddy's ranch near Waco, one of those weekend shoots where the only rule is don't shoot the grill. After running dusty Glocks and 22s, Clay pops his trunk and says, "Ever seen one of these in the wild?" What he pulled out looked like it came from a Mossad bunker wrapped in denim and bad intentions. I wrecked the slide like shutting a bank vault. Heavy, confident, zero polymer gains. Just cold steel and Israeli attitude. The grip bit down, the recoil side, and the trigger snapped like ice. One shot and Clay just grinned. Told ya. But here's the thing. You don't buy a Jericho Enhanced, you stumble into one. No launch, no press, just whispers. One day it's in a thread, and the next thing you know, some guy in Lubbock has it like it fell from space. I tried to track one, and the site said coming soon or LOL, nope. One sold out so fast it had a high point photo on the listing. Even Clay's story sounds like folklore. But now, it's a range unicorn. And if you think that was rare, the next one, the first time I got my hands on the Kimber R7 Mako, I was in San Antonio killing time at a buddy's shop that smelled like old leather and CLP. Wasn't even looking, just picking up Glock ammo. But there it was, behind the glass like it didn't belong. Compact, blacked out, sliced like a street fighter. Felt like if a Hellcat married a custom Glock and raced a kid on bourbon and silence. I picked it up and instantly knew this wasn't built for Instagram. It was made to live under your hoodie, stay quiet, and go loud only when it had to. Trigger, tight. Recoil, didn't slap. Grip, like it already knew me. And that was the last time I ever saw one in person. Months of calls from Dallas to Corpus and even Waco and nothing. One guy said, unless your cousin works at Kimber, good luck. The optic-ready version? Don't even ask. My buddy Jason gave up and bought the standard one. Now, he dry fires it in his garage like it let him down. Forums treat it like a Rolex. Lightly used ones go for MSRP plus ego. Kimber didn't drop a pistol, they started a myth. It should have been a carry gun. Instead, a ghost with a serial number. Let's move on. Weeks go by, then one random Tuesday, I get a tip from a guy named Rick who owns a pawn and gun shop near Corpus Christi. Said he might have an effing 509 cc Eng coming in. No holes, no promises. I drive 3 hours like my tail's on fire. Get there, and I'm fourth in line. One dude came from Amarillo, another brought his mom to buy it under her name. That's when I realized this isn't just a pistol, it's a power move. When I finally walked down with that box, It felt like I had scored the last cold beer in hell. I then took it straight to my buddy Eli's ranch near Lulink. We used old brake rotors and a dented trash lit for targets. Classic Texas. That FN? Good God, it ran like a freshly tuned truck. The slide, smooth as buttered steel. The trigger, snapped clean like a dry twig. It looked mean, all blacked out, race-cut slide. Holstered under flannel, invisible. But dried, it didn't just come out, it came alive. And now, try finding one. Gun shows, ghosted. Gun broker, $1,400 with no mag. FN, silent. People ask, you ever gonna sell it? And I tell them straight, I'd sell my truck before I sell this gun. And if you think the 509cc Edge was hard to score, what's coming next makes it look common. Built in numbers so low, it might as well be classified. So buckle up, we're just getting started. For those of you who've made it this far, before we reveal our bonus pick, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and stay connected with us. So now, let's talk about the ghost pistol of the Glock world. No press release, no official unveiling, no launch date. Just smoke, whispers, and grainy Reddit threads posted at 2 a.m. But after some digging, a few DMs to insiders, and way too many forums, here's what's floating around. They're calling it the Glock 19 Gen 6. Rumor has it, it's slimmer than anything Glock's ever made. Optics ready, front slide serrations, maybe even full ambidextrous controls. The wildest part? It supposedly blends the best of the 19X and the G45 MOS into one perfect EDC. One buddy of mine, diehard Glock fan, said, if that leak's even half true, I'll sell my Gen 5 tomorrow. But Glock? Silent. Not a peep. Still, the internet's buzzing. YouTubers are doing first impressions of renders, threads with 200 plus pages of speculation. Guys are already picking holsters and trigger kits for a gun that doesn't even officially exist. And honestly, I kinda love it. This isn't just a rumored pistol, it's a full-blown phenomenon. The myth? The maybe? The most wanted Glock that might never hit shelves? And somehow, that makes it even more exciting. Now you know the side dealers don't talk about. Some of these pistols deserve the spotlight, others deserve to stay buried. So tell me, which 9mm did you waste money on? Which one burned you? And which one do you still trust? Drop it below and argue it out. I'll be in the comments to deal with them. And don't wander off, because next time, we're flipping the script. The guns everyone laughs at, but secretly work better than you think. Some sacred cows are about to get slaughtered. I'm Steve, and I'll see you in the fight.